There are moments in life when the world doesn't just forget you, it swallows you whole. No safety net. No second chances. Just you, the debt, and the sinking feeling that you're running out of time. But sometimes, the edge of despair is exactly where the climb begins. This is the true story of a rise from nothing, from $0 to over $500,000 in 5 years. Watch this video to the end. His name was Daniel. 32 years old. No savings. No investments. No plan. His bank balance read $6.42. His rent was 2 weeks overdue. And in the corner of his kitchen sat a cardboard box holding everything he'd sold on eBay that month, all for less than $150. Daniel's days blurred into each other, the cycle of meaningless shifts at a job that barely paid enough to survive, microwave dinners, and late-night internet searches for how to make money fast. Debt was a shadow he couldn't escape. $8,000 on credit cards. $12,000 in personal loans. He avoided calls from unknown numbers because he knew exactly who they were. The shame was the worst part. Friends posting vacations in Bali. Colleagues talking about home renovations. Family hinting that maybe he'd missed his chance in life. But the truth? Daniel's real prison wasn't money. It was his belief that nothing he did could change his life. Night after night, Daniel at his small desk, the glow of his old laptop screen reflecting in his eyes. One evening, scrolling through a maze of clickbait videos and half-baked advice, he stumbled upon a grainy, decades-old interview. The man on screen said just one line that burned into his brain: "The poor work for money, the rich make money work for them." Something shifted. It wasn't the first time he'd heard it. But this time, the words didn't just sound clever, they felt like an accusation. For the next 3 hours, Daniel sat motionless. No distractions. No phone. Just a pen, a notebook, and the slow, crushing realization that he had spent his entire adult life as a passenger in his own story. He wrote one sentence that night: "I will not die broke." And with that, the climb began. Watch this video to the end, like, share and comment. Daniel didn't start with a winning lottery ticket or a viral business. He started small. The first step: eliminate waste. Every dollar he earned was split between survival and growth. No takeout meals. No impulse purchases. He picked up weekend freelance gigs, writing product descriptions for $40 each. Then, online reselling. Then, digital marketing work for small businesses. It took him 4 months to save his first $1,000. Instead of spending it, he bought his first set of online courses on copywriting and e-commerce. 6 months later, his online store brought in $10,000 in revenue, not profit, but proof of concept. He studied relentlessly the psychology of money, investing basics, the power of compounding. Every new dollar went to work. $1,000 became $5,000. $5,000 became $20,000. By year 3, Daniel had 3 income streams: his e-commerce store, freelance marketing, and dividend-paying investments. That year, his net worth crossed $100,000. By year 5, after strategic reinvestments and scaling his business, his assets surpassed $500,000. Every dollar was a soldier. Every decision, a battle. Every sacrifice, a step higher. Daniel's biggest victory wasn't measured in dollars. It was the quiet confidence of knowing he'd never be trapped again. The lesson: wealth isn't built in a single leap, it's built in 1,000 deliberate steps. It's not about starting rich. It's about refusing to accept that poverty is permanent. You don't need to know everything to start. You need to start to know everything. The fastest way to build wealth in 2025 isn't chasing shortcuts. It's adopting the mindset that every action, every choice, every dollar is a tool to pull you further from where you are and closer to where you want to be. The poor wait for the right time. The wealthy act until the right time arrives. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Like, share and comment. But let's dive deeper into Daniel's journey, because his story isn't just about numbers, it's about transformation. Remember that cardboard box in his kitchen? The one filled with eBay cast-offs? That box became a symbol of his old life, a life of scarcity and desperation. Daniel didn't just throw it away. He filled it with something new: books on finance, entrepreneurship, and personal development. It became his treasure chest of knowledge. Every morning, before his day job, he'd wake up at 5 a.m. Not to scroll social media or watch TV, but to read, learn, and plan. He treated those early hours like a second job because they were. He was investing in himself. The change wasn't overnight. There were setbacks, moments of doubt, nights when the weight of his debt felt crushing. But Daniel had made a decision. He wasn't just trying to make money anymore. He was rebuilding himself from the ground up. He started tracking every penny. Not out of fear, but with purpose. Each dollar saved was a brick in the foundation of his future. He learned to see opportunities where others saw obstacles. That old laptop. It became his ticket to online courses and freelance work. His tiny apartment. A low-cost base of operations for his growing side hustles. Daniel's friends noticed the change. He wasn't joining them for expensive nights out anymore. But when they saw him, there was a fire in his eyes they hadn't seen before. By month 6, Daniel had paid off his first credit card. It wasn't much, just $500. But it was a start. He cut up the card and kept the pieces in his wallet as a reminder of where he'd been and where he was going. As his online store grew, so did his confidence. He wasn't just selling products, he was learning about marketing, customer service, and business operations. Each sale was a lesson. But Daniel knew that true wealth wasn't just about making money, it was about keeping it and making it grow. He opened his first investment account with just $100. It felt small, almost laughable. But he knew it was a beginning. Every month, without fail, he added to his investments. Sometimes it was $50, sometimes $500. The amount didn't matter as much as the consistency. By year 2, Daniel had a revelation. He wasn't just working for money anymore. His money was starting to work for him. Dividends, compound interest, passive income from his online business, these weren't just financial terms anymore. They were the building blocks of his freedom. He started teaching others what he'd learned. Not for money, but because explaining these concepts to others helped him understand them even better. As his net worth grew, so did his impact. He volunteered at local schools, teaching financial literacy. He mentored young entrepreneurs, sharing the hard-won lessons from his own journey. Daniel's story spread. Not through viral videos or get-rich-quick schemes, but through the quiet power of example. People saw what was possible when you combine knowledge, discipline, and relentless action. By year 4, Daniel had quit his day job. Not in a blaze of glory, but with a calm certainty that he had built something sustainable. His life looked different now. No more microwave dinners or dodged phone calls. But the biggest change was inside. The fear was gone, replaced by a quiet confidence. Daniel knew he could lose everything tomorrow and still rebuild. Because his true wealth wasn't in his bank account, it was in his mind, his skills, and his unwavering belief in himself. As he approached that $500,000 milestone, Daniel realized something profound. The money wasn't the point. It never had been. The real treasure was the person he had become on this journey. So, what's the fastest way to build wealth in 2025? It's not a stock tip or a crypto secret. It's you. Your mindset. Your habits. Your unwavering commitment to growth. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And never, ever stop learning. The world might forget you. It might even try to swallow you whole. But if you're willing to climb, to learn, to persist, there's no limit to how high you can go. This is more than a story about money. It's a blueprint for transformation. For taking control of your life, one decision at a time. Are you ready to start your climb? Remember, wealth isn't just about having money, it's about having options. It's about creating a life where you're in control, not your circumstances. The journey won't be easy. There will be setbacks, doubts, and moments when giving up seems like the only option, but those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments when real wealth is built. So, take that first step. Make that first investment in yourself. Learn, grow, act. And never forget that the biggest obstacle between you and wealth isn't the economy, or the market, or your job. It's the person staring back at you in the mirror. Change that person, and you change everything. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If Daniel's story resonated with you, if you're ready to start your own journey to wealth, hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And leave a comment below with your biggest takeaway. Remember, your future self is watching you right now. What actions will you take today to make them proud? The climb begins now. Are you ready?